at the start of the 5K. It has started raining, so that's all fun. We are ponchoed up. We're gonna go through a bag check here. Here we go. The minivan's over there. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to head into the start area. See, basically it looks like this is like just 3 corrals. At least as of now. I don't know if there's, I'm sure there'll be like little mini split ups after that, but yeah, it's just 3 balloons, 1, 2, 3 right now. Kind of the finish and meeting areas over here, and the course just goes along kind of the bus route that you would normally go through. All right, so our first character sighting. We do, yeah. We're in the backstage area. We're in front of a Ratatouille right now. Full runner. Thank you, volunteers. We are almost done. We have just a quarter mile left, just about. We're up by Spaceship Earth now. Mile 3 and the finish line. Thank you. Yellow? Of course. Thank you.
I wanted to be there to be like...
Thank you.
Banana?
Yeah.
Rainy conditions, no sleep, or 2 little sleep.
So we wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about the 5K. So we ran the 5K together, which was so much fun, and this was also our first Run Disney 5K and the first Run Disney race back.
Yeah, so it was definitely special. They didn't make like a huge deal of it, but they did like mention it while we were getting started, and everyone cheered. It was very happy. It was a very rainy day, so we were very happy that we had bought the ponchos. We wore them right up until the start.
Yep.
Once we started running though, it really wasn't that bad. Wearing hats helps if you ever have a runny race ahead of you. And it warmed up like as soon as we started running.
Yeah, it was never like torrential. Like the rain was, I think, just light enough where it was still like an enjoyable run.
It really didn't feel too bad. I was grateful to not be wet standing and waiting, but it was fine when you were running. So that part was fine.
Yeah, the start groups were pretty much the same as corrals. We were in S1 for the 5K together. I think we were the second wave, yeah.
Yep.
It did seem like the waves were a little bit smaller people-wise though, so maybe more smaller waves, but it was, for the 5K, it was corrals.
The race starts and ends at Epcot, just for the 5K. You start out, you kind of run kind of around the parking lot for the first approximately mile.
Yep.
You go back through over by Test Track in the back there, and you come out near
Mexico.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep, and along the way there, right after mile 1, you had our first character stop, which was the Evil Queen. That was like right after mile 1.
Right.
And
That was
then
really cool.
along the back path, while you're going by Test Track, there was also Lotto Huggin' Bear.
So that was really cool. The Evil Queen was really cool to see.
So we go into Epcot and you hang a left to go around World Showcase. They had the torches going and the barges in the center, also had the Disney World 50th going. I'm convinced they might just have that going all the time.
It looked really cool though.
Yes,
I will
it did.
say, with the torches and the lights, since it was dark outside, it was a cool thing to see. They were playing kind of just general villainy music, I guess.
Yeah, it was just like epic, like cinematic.
It was fine. I think it would have been better if they had been playing villain songs. You run a portion of World Showcase and then you exit out of Morocco. They did have some characters along the course. We didn't see all of them. The characters were kind of in and out depending on how hard it was raining. I know in China, the villain from Mulan was out.
Shang Yu.
I think so.
Yeah. We also missed Mr. Smee at some point.
Yes, Mr. Smee. So you run a portion of World Showcase. You actually exited out through Morocco, which was something I had never done before.
Yeah.
And then you ran around the back just a little bit, and you actually came in by the new Ratatouille ride area, which was actually pretty cool. They got a good picture with the Ratatouille sign.
Yes,
I think they set that up very well.
That's probably my favorite picture from the 5K. Also, back in that backstage area was where the water stop was for the race. It was just one water stop.
And that was probably a really good spot for it.
At this point, you hit mile 2 as well. They also had Frollo out at the pavilion where you would find Aurora on a normal day, or used to find Aurora at the gazebo.
This was an interesting character stop because it really snuck up on you because it was like right around a turn. But it got a little crowded right there. I think that's the only point in the race where I felt a little bit snug up against other people, because I think there wasn't a good space for a line and things were getting a little...
Yeah, so you had that, and then you had Photo Pass like maybe 10 more feet in front of them, and you also had stuff to the right because it was kind of coming out of the entrance to Ratatouille, so they had the Remy, like I think it was a topiary there. And so there's a lot of people like slowing down in that area to look at a lot of things.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things all very close together. Then you continued on.
You exit out through the International Gateway.
And then you ran around the back where very commonly the 10Ks and halves run to enter into Epcot. They had a movie screen up here that was playing scenes from Peter Pan during the 5K. I think maybe this was around where Mr. Smee would be.
Possibly, that would make sense.
And he just wasn't out for us.
You enter back in around the UK pavilion and you hang a left and you go by Canada, and then you hang another left there to go back towards the land pavilion area. So you go by Journey into Imagination, the Land, the Seas with Nemo and Friends. One disappointment I had with this was it was still nighttime and they didn't do anything with the ball. Like, they didn't even have the normal generic show lighting on it.
It was just off.
Yeah, it was just dark, and they could have very easily flipped the light switch and turned that on.
Yeah. That was disappointing. And I actually heard other people talking about how they were disappointed in that too. So just shortly after that was the finish to the race.
You go under Spaceship Earth and you go out the back exit where a lot of other races typically finish. This is where all the races this weekend finish. You go out the back side and then you go and do what's the normal traditional RunDisney finish, which is nice. You go along kind of the footpath there with the little flower beds, and then you have that little stretch into the finish.
Yeah, it was great. I love that finish.
Yeah, and I thought this was a lot of fun. The 5Ks are definitely chilled and laid back. It was a great distance to do with Katie.
Yeah.
I think this definitely is like a great race that you could do without like really interrupting a trip, where the 10K and the half are a little bit more of a commitment.
For sure.
But a lot of fun. I know we didn't get to see all of the characters because of the rain, but I think in general, I would have expected a couple more characters.
I think there were about 6 total, and I was kind of doing the math. It's like about 2 a mile, which I think is pretty comparable to the other races. Obviously, you have more space and more time to add more characters in. I'd have to go back and see if I can find out what other Disney 5Ks in the past have been like character-wise to really compare it. I think maybe if they had pumped up the music choice and stuff in the park, because you do get, I mean, for the race, you do get a fair amount of time kind of in that backstage and park area. They could have pumped up the Disney music bit, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
That might have helped a little bit.
Other than that, after the finish shoot, getting your medal, all of that stuff is exactly the same, except I don't think they prefer to put a medal around your neck anymore. They just kind of hold it out and hand it to you. But we do have the medal right here. There we go. So it is Evil Queen 5K, and we'll go. I'm gonna slowly change focus to me. But I think this is a cool medal. I mean, it's great that they made the 5K medals a couple years ago now, actual medals. But this is a good amount of detail.
Yeah,
for
I think it's a
5K
really,
medal.
really pretty medal. The moment I got it and I was looking at it, that was the first thing I said was, remember when these 5K medals used to be plastic? This is such a huge improvement over that. I think it's really cool.
All of the medals this year also, there we go, have the Walt Disney World 50 on them. And while these medals for Wine and Dine don't, upcoming medals for both Marathon Weekend and Princess Weekend have like a 50th embellishment on either the back or on the front, depending on the medal. And I thought that was really cool. These ones, like I said, do not though.
Yeah, but it does look really good on those other medals. So a few other things about the 5K. It's not timed. There's no chip on your bib or anything. It's very, very chill. We actually got to swing back around afterwards and cheer for folks who had started after us, because there is a portion where you run by the parking lot, like right where you finish. So that was really fun to do. I'm glad we had the opportunity to do that. And that area is about half a mile in. So basically people who had just started, it was really fun to cheer them on at a part of the race where there's like nothing over there. So,
Also true.
That was really fun. And yeah, I had a really good time. It's very chill. That's what I kept thinking. I was like, this is so like almost relaxing, you know? I really like this.
Yeah, so you don't really have to worry too much about pacing or any of that. It's very quick in and out race. And I'm looking forward to doing it again at Marathon Weekend.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
But that was just our 5K recap. We'll have the whole video of our 5K as a separate video. We kind of just see some highlights in this one. And then we also have videos for the 10K half marathon, as well as vlogs and review from the rest of the weekend and all of that fun stuff. So if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more from Wine and Dine weekend and future and past RunDisney weekends, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bells, all of that fun YouTube-y stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.